here, I know that we were talking about inner mentors before, and how, this type of therapy or even reflection work that you do helps with building your inner mentor. So I literally could talk about inner mentors all day long. It's one of my favorite topics. Ever since I learned what an inner mentor was, I'm like, I do. My personal yoga studio, we do inner mentor ceremonies every month. So I get to talk to my inner mentor pretty
Oh,
regularly.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. And my inner mentor, she's my homie, and I'm super happy about that. I'm curious. Okay, so I'm gonna stop rambling about inner mentors and turn it over to you. What can you tell me, or share with us your perspective on what an inner mentor is and how it is that you help people, develop their inner mentor,
Mm.
meet their inner mentor?
For me, it starts with uh, helping people to reconnect to their intuitive voice.
Mhm.
It's that voice that we were trained to not listen to,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Since
Yeah.
we were kids, right? And especially women.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're taught to think rather than feel. We're taught to think or use our words rather than sense something, and then act from that felt or sensed space.
Yeah.
What we have learned in reference to like even just the power of manifestation that we're hearing about like all over the place nowadays, it's not about thought. It's
Mm-hmm.
about feeling and sensing. And so oftentimes I will work with people around, they'll say something and I'm like, and they'll let them finish and then I'll ask them, well, where does that come from?
Yeah.
And is that something that you feel in your gut instinct, right? In your intuition? Do you feel it in your heart? Because oftentimes we move from just what we hear outside of ourselves and repeat those thoughts over and over again. And I'm a firm believer thoughts become things,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so we need to turn those thoughts inward to see if they resonate with our intuition, with our heart, with our gut instinct. So it starts with intuition. It starts with listening for that inner voice because we all have it. We all have it. We just have been trained to not listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
So oftentimes, the practice of meditation, the practice of stillness, the practice of quiet,
Mm-hmm.
the practice of being in nature allows us to tap into that inner voice, that intuitive voice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I remember the first, I think 4 or 5 times I attempted to meet up with my inner mentor, completely escaped me. And I remember feeling a little bit of like shame around that because as a
Mm.
yogi, I was like, I should be able to tap into this voice very easily. And then it was like gone, like not nowhere to be. I'm like, what is going on? And honestly, that the first time that I was actually able to do it was because I hadn't watched any TV for the week. I was like not watching TV and I was off of my phone and off social media. And I
Yes.
remember, I think that I had just gotten back from a trip of some kind, which is why I was so removed from all of my technology. And then I had
Mm-hmm.
ceremony and I sat down to my computer and I remember just being like, oh, I'm on my computer, like to do this ceremony. But like almost immediately dropped in, met my inner mentor, had a conversation. I was like, no wonder everyone thinks this is so awesome. Like I just right there. But it took me
Yes.
removing my attention span from my Instagram and my Facebook and my Netflix, and like I wasn't constantly consuming this media to tap back into it. And that's one of the things I've really been realizing about all the technology. I love social
Yeah.
media. I absolutely love social media. I love getting on Zoom calls. I love meetings. I love being on my computer. Like I love all the technology. But what I've been realizing is that it really is making me more disconnected, not only from my authentic voice, but it makes it harder for my authentic voice to meet someone else's authentic voice because theirs is getting lost in the muffle too.